Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. And today, what I want to talk about is probably one of the most powerful podcasts that I could do. And the reason that I'm doing this is because, we talk about different mistakes that we make in dating or in relationships or toxic partners or dealing with narcissists. Are they a narcissist? Are they not a narcissist? And, sometimes people get caught up in a pattern. In other words, you keep picking the same type of partners. One of the most important things I could tell you guys is this. When you're out there and you're dating, you have to be focused, okay? You have to know who's a yes and who's a no, okay? And a lot of people think they know that, but they're not really, they don't have those boundaries up. They allow certain behaviors because they're trying so hard to make something work. And I get it. It's not easy out there. It's very difficult when you live in a me society and not a we society. Go listen to my podcast on that, you guys, because that's exactly what's going on today out there in dating. But what I want to talk about is, breaking the cycle of always ending up in toxic relationships or relationships with narcissistic partners. You've got to introspect. You've got to look at yourself and you've got to say to yourself, how did I get caught up in that mess? How did I end up with this toxic person or toxic partners? If you keep seeing that your relationships, you're ending up with the wrong people. What attracted me to these people? What was it? Was it their looks? Was it because they're sexy? Was it because they were great in the bedroom? What is it about them that had me put my boundaries low and accept certain behaviors that I shouldn't have accepted, okay? And one of the things that a lot of people do, and this is a big one, you guys, is that they're more concerned with chemistry than compatibility. Now, compatibility is probably the number one thing you should look for when you're looking for somebody. People talk about, you need great communication, this and that. Yes, communication is important in a relationship, okay? You've got to be able to communicate. But compatibility is really crucial for the long term of a relationship. You've got to be compatible with that person. You've got to like the things that they like, or you're okay with doing things they like, and vice versa. They've got to feel the same way about you. That's how you grow together. You're on the same page. You like to do the same type of things. In other words, you're not a person that stays home and the other person likes to go out all the time. You're going to constantly have conflict. If you're dealing with somebody who's always got to be out and around other people, and then the other person is a loner, there's always going to be some sort of conflict. The other thing too, when we talk about compatibility, I want to bring this up because a lot of people don't give this enough importance. You've got to have compatibility when you're talking about family relationships, okay? You better take a good look at their family and say to yourself, can I blend with this family? Will I be able to deal with this family if I have children? Or am I going to dread every holiday, every birthday with these people coming to my house? All right. You better look at that because a lot of relationships break up over outsiders and family. Okay. Because people sit there and they say, well, that doesn't matter. I'm married to this person. Yeah, you're married to this person, but this person is still connected to their family. And you want a happy, healthy partner, all right? You can't just sit there and take a person and just think like, okay, I'm going to alienate them from their toxic family. Because you know what? Later on, they're going to resent you. Trust me when I tell you, they will resent you if you try to separate them from their friends or family. So this is why I talk about you've got to be compatible with, or be able to mesh with who they're around, their friends, their family. You've got to be okay with it because otherwise you guys are going to have problems. And the other thing I mean, this podcast is about, why we make the mistakes that we make, okay? You go on a dating app, which today is all game. Today is all scammers. Today, 99% of the people on those apps are not on there for love. They're on there for some sort of benefit, some supply. A lot of them are looking for a come up, okay? Especially the ones that go after the single mothers or single fathers. It goes both ways. So if you can avoid the dating apps, you're better off. Most people that I know got off the dating apps and are trying to meet people organically. Even if you meet them online, other ways, interest groups online is even better. You're still going to have, your manipulative people everywhere you go in this world, but it's not like a dating app, okay? Because a dating app, you also have predators. You have a lot of con artists. You have a lot of criminals. They're going to target vulnerable people. They know you're on a dating app. And they're going to figure, okay, if you're on a dating app, you're desperate to meet somebody, okay? You're on that app and you're desperate to meet somebody. So when you're out there and you're trying to find somebody, you guys, number one, you've got to look, where am I meeting these people? Where am I meeting these people? Am I in the same spot because I keep meeting the same type of, let's say, men on the same type of men from a dating app? I'm dealing with a bunch of players. I'm dealing with people that are opportunists or something along those lines. I'm dealing with catfishes. I'm dealing with scammers. And this is why I keep going in a circle. You know why? Because you're meeting these people on there. If you're going on a dating app, you've got to really know, you've got to have great discernment when you're dealing with people to be able to pick off who is fake and who's a con artist, all right? And not many people can do that. People could do that if they've had enough life experience or they're a very shrewd individual, but most people can't. And most people go on there and are very naive to things and think like, oh, these people are on a dating app because they're here to meet somebody and, let me see if we're compatible, okay? They get on there, the person is not consistent, the person tells you they're looking for friends. Anybody tells you they're looking for friends, ding, ding, they're just looking for a good time, okay? They're looking for nothing serious. So anybody tells you friends, you are not going to go anywhere with somebody like that, okay? Just know that if you don't know that already. But the thing is, when you go on there, you guys, rule number one, never trust anybody in the first 6 months. 6 months. I've extended it 6 months, okay? Because some of these, con artists, they could put on the act for 3 months. They will string you along. They will love bomb you and everything like that. They will tell you everything you want to hear. And the way a lot of them try to fool you, and especially a narcissist, okay? A narcissist in the beginning is going to be consistent with it. They're going to call you every day. They're going to text you 1,000 times a day. You're going to think like, oh my goodness, this is a real one, okay? They're being consistent because what does everybody hear all the time? Oh, they've got to be consistent, with everything, with options out there. When you find somebody that's consistent, you've got a real one. Not necessarily. Not if you're dealing with a narcissist, because a narcissist will do that. A narcissist will put on an Academy Award act in the first 3 months, okay? But trust me when I tell you that mask is going to fall off between the second and third month, okay? Because they're going to get tired of it. They're going to get tired of kissing your ass, okay? They're going to get tired of building you up because they're going to start to see things that they don't like about you. The longer you talk to somebody or the more you get to know somebody, the more they start to find fault with you. And that's exactly what a narcissist is going to do. They're going to start to find fault with you. They're going to start to find little things they don't like about you, or they're going to start to get bored with you. And that's usually when they start to show less affection to you. This is when you're going to start to see the hot and cold, okay? The hot and cold. They're going to start getting cold. You know why? because they're going to this is when the devalue period starts. Now they're starting to devalue you. Why? Because they're starting to see things, they're getting bored with you, or they're starting to talk to other people. When you're seeing somebody give you less affection or devaluing you, you could trust and believe they're starting to talk to somebody else, all right? Now they're putting out their feelers. They're lining up the next one on the side, all right? That's usually from my experience and what I've seen, it's usually between month 2 and 3, okay? So when you start to see all these things, you guys, that's when you got to say to yourself, this person is not who I thought they were in the beginning. Now, the other thing I want to bring up too, that, common mistakes people make, and the reason that you get into the same patterns with people is when you start to meet somebody, you start to, this person may come on really strong, really fast in the beginning. Big red flag. Why are they so in love with you so fast, so soon? They're not. That's the mask. That's the act. That's the con, all right? Don't fall. Don't take the bait. I'm telling you, time is your defense. Knowing somebody, can they make the 6-month mark with being consistent and being normal and getting to know you organically and not rushing you? A narcissist is going to put you in a relationship with them within the first month. Within the first month, they're going to be trying to schmooze you and con you and call you their girlfriend. They're going to say, I love you to you right away. They may talk about moving in with you right away. Anybody does anything like that within the first month, dump them. That is, you're dealing with a con artist, okay? Because they don't know you. They don't know you. Trust me when I tell you. And if you ride it out because you want to see, you want to give them the benefit of the doubt, you will see that what I'm telling you is the truth, okay? But you don't want to, the longer you go out with somebody like that, the more you're going to put your guard down, the more you're going to get attached to that person. And this is how people get hurt. They fall for somebody that they thought they were in the beginning and not the end. Who you saw at the end is who they really were, not at the beginning, okay? In the beginning was when you had the Academy Award. You had somebody that was a fake and a phony putting on the act because they saw something in you that they wanted, okay? Could be sex, could be money, could be a come up, could be moving into your place, could be an opportunity for you to invest in their business. And they're out there. There's a ton of them out there. And a lot of them are flooding the dating apps, looking for vulnerable people, all right? Vulnerable people. Who can I use? Who's got something that I could use for a come up, all right? So don't be a victim of these people. Another thing I want to bring up too is don't tell these people what you have. Don't tell them you have money. Don't tell them you live in a, 4-bedroom house, for example. Don't tell them you have this flourishing business, okay? Or you have this fabulous YouTube or fabulous podcast or a fabulous retail business or anything, because they may only be with you or trying to reach out to you for that particular benefit. You'll never know if they really like you for you because you're telling them, other things about yourself that may entice them, and they'll only be enticed for that, not for you as a person. You want somebody who's going to like you for your core, okay? The core of who you are. Because, if someday you don't have what you have, that person's going to be out the door because now there's nothing, they're not there for you. And a lot of times people get involved with these type of partners and stuff like that, and they don't even realize that the person isn't with you for you. The person's with you because you're given some kind of benefit. I can't say it any better than that. They're with you for a benefit that you offer. You just got to look at the person that you're dealing with, and you've got to say to yourself, where are they in their life and where am I in my life? Am I a come up for them? If they got with me, is that a come up? Maybe they don't have money. Maybe they don't have ambition. Maybe they can't hold a job. Maybe they don't have a car. Maybe, they're 45 and got nothing going for them. And now they're coming at you and they're love bombing you. And because you're in a vulnerable state, because you're tired of being lonely, you're tired of being single. And here comes this person, here comes this narc flooding you with affection. And guess what? You're going to fall for it because you want so bad to be in a relationship and feel that love. But what you have to recognize is that's not real love. That's fake love. Fake, 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 fake. All right? You're dealing with fake love. And the only way you're going to know is in time. All right? That's why I tell you, do not trust these people too soon in the beginning. Don't trust somebody within the first 6 months. They're in a trial period. You're there to see what they're about. And if they rush you, you slow them down. If they have a problem with that, well, be on your way, okay? Because if you're rushing me, then you got something to hide, all right? You've got something to hide. Believe me when I tell you, I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy. Why? I've been out there, you guys. I've been out there a long time, all right? I earned my stripes, baby, all right? So I've been out there. I was married a long time. I went through the divorce process. I got kids. I've dealt with co-parenting. I've dealt with dating as a single mom. I dealt with dating before I got married, all over the place. So I know what it is, okay? Trust me, I know what it is. So this is why I'm telling you. And this is why I did this podcast, was to enlighten other people and to build awareness so that you don't make the same mistakes that I made, okay? So that you realize that, don't fall in love fast, okay? Only fools rush in. There's a reason they say that. Take your time with it. Somebody who's real will be consistent. When you first meet somebody, you guys, what I suggest, move slowly with them. Get to know them in kind of a friend kind of way. But don't be friends and then giving them sex, all right? Because then you're just getting used. You don't want to be used. So, get to know them and don't get your feelings all into it. Don't wear your heart on your sleeve, okay? You've got to change your mindset. You've got to say to yourself, okay, let me go with this. Let me see what's going to happen here. Let me see this person. Let me watch this person's pattern and behaviors and see if they're consistent past 3 months. Let's see, what their background is. Do they have a bad background? If you're dealing with somebody who's got a bad background, you better, abandon ship, all right? Somebody's background is a blueprint for who they are, okay? That's their basic character. You're not going to change these people, okay? You are not going to change these people. Stop giving people the benefit of the doubt. They're showing you who they are. They're showing you the red flags, and you've got to be in tune with that and say to yourself, you know what? This is not going to get better. This is going to get worse. And you know what's the worst thing? You know what's the worst thing when you ignore red flags or you don't see red flags? You waste your life away on the wrong people, okay? You waste your life away on the wrong people. You spend years on the wrong people that don't give you the love that you deserve, people that run hot and cold, people that are toxic, people that are emotionally and can be physically abusive in some cases, especially if you're dealing with a malignant narcissist who makes you afraid to open your mouth, afraid to do anything to cross their boundaries because they're a bully. All right. There's a lot of people, a lot of women in those type of situations that are living or married to malignant narcissists that are bullying them. OK. And you have some female malignant narcissists, too, that could be very dangerous as well. There's a lot of men that deal with that, too. All right. Very toxic women as well. But the point I'm trying to make is it's all about recognizing these things, you guys. That's why I'm here. That's why a lot of, us narcissistic abuse survivors are here to enlighten you, to build awareness, so that the minute you start to see these signs, you're like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. No, there is no benefit of the doubt. No, that boundary is up, baby. That boundary is up. And I've had people say to me, it's not good to be too strict with boundaries, because then you're just going to be alone the rest of your life. It's not about being strict with boundaries, you guys. It's about knowing what you'll tolerate and what you won't, okay? The more you tolerate, the lower your boundaries, the more bullshit you're going to deal with, okay? The more they know they can get away with things. In other words, you put up with somebody who ghosts you. You put up with somebody who ignores your calls and texts, and you're in a relationship with that person, and that person ignores your calls and texts all night long. They know they could cheat on you. Why? Because the next day you're still there taking that call. All right? Next day you're still there taking that call. All right? You've got to be prepared to walk away. It's a personal choice, you guys. It's a personal choice you make. Whether you want to live like that, okay, and stay in the relationship and think that you're going to change them and be in this, cloud fog that's never going to change till years later, the relationship breaks down. Either they find somebody new or you get to a point where you just can't take it anymore. And you look back and you say, oh, why did I waste all those years of my life with that person? I saw the red flags. I should have walked away. This person never took me seriously, okay? That's why I'm telling you, we're not playing no games here. Your life is short. Life is short in general for most people. In a blink of an eye, you wake up, you end up in your 40s, you end up in your 50s, you end up in your 60s. And let me tell you, it doesn't get easier, okay? The dating pool gets smaller, and now you're dealing with broken, busted, and disgusted people, okay? It's sad, but it's true. And that's why a lot of people are at a point where they're like, you know what? I am just going to stay by myself. I'm just going to stay by myself because I'm not going to deal with these people that got hang-ups, that got attitude, that don't know how to sacrifice. And you know what? It's better to be alone and be happy and have your peace than to be in a toxic relationship and be alone, okay? And be trapped, all right? At least when you're alone and you're not in a relationship, you're not trapped. You can come and go and do what you want. You don't have to answer to anybody. You don't have to sit there and investigate anybody's social media. You don't have to sit there and try to see who they call and who they're texting. You don't have to deal with somebody that's in your company is always on their phone and ignoring you because they're living a secret life. And this is what narcissists do, you guys. They live a secret life. When you're involved with a narcissist, you're involved with somebody who's got a secret life, okay? A life that you don't know about till months, years down the line, it all comes out, okay? What's in the dark always comes into the light, and that's exactly what happens with the narcissist, okay? But you'll know by how what your gut is telling you. When you start to feel like, you know what, something's not right here. I'm in a relationship with this person. They tell me, they're telling me one thing, but their actions are telling me another. Ding, 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 ding. If they're telling you one thing and their actions are another, you're not dealing with a transparent person. You're dealing with somebody who's full of shit, okay? Point blank, period. Yes. Okay. So don't even, it's up to you to say, you know what? I'm either going to put up with it or I'm going to make a move and get out of this. There's too many people in this world to have to deal with this nonsense. And I'm not wasting my life away, living unhappily. All right. So this is why I wanted to talk about this, you guys, to talk about why people get involved in these type of relationships, these toxic relationships, and they just, they don't recognize it. You've got to introspect and you've got to say to yourself, write down on a piece of paper, write down every relationship that you've had on a piece of paper, how you met the person, how the relationship went, how the relationship ended. And look at all your past relationships and see where the similarities are. Are you picking the same type of partners? Are you dealing with selfish, narcissistic people? People that didn't make you a priority? People who were all about themselves? People that didn't show you empathy, okay? They were very cold and didn't show you any kind of empathy when you had a problem. Let's say you got sick. They weren't there for you. Let's say you had a financial problem. They weren't there for you. Okay? Those are narcissists, you guys. They have no empathy for you. So look at the pattern of partners that you've had in the past so that now we're moving forward in life. We're not looking back. We're moving forward, and we're going to say, okay, if I start to see these type of partners like I've dated in the past, I've got to break away from that because I'm going to be in the same place I was in the past. So I need to look for people that are genuine, people that are transparent, people that, I don't have to question them. If you've got to question what they're doing or what they're saying, or you're sitting there on Google, he did this or he did that, then you're dealing with somebody who's shady as fuck. You don't bother with somebody like that, okay? You don't bother with people that confuse your brain, okay? People that are genuine, people that are real will not confuse your brain. Just be careful, because if you're dealing with a narcissist, they are going to try to appear transparent. Remember, you're dealing with a con artist. You're dealing with an actor. They're going to put on their best act in the first 3 months. So you have to wait it out. 6 months or better, you guys, to see what somebody's about. Look at everything about them, their past, how they're doing in life. Are they financially sound? What their family's like? And that'll give you an idea if you're dealing with somebody who's just love bombing you, or you're dealing with somebody that is a genuine, sincere person. A genuine, sincere person will move slowly and have no problem doing that, okay? So take your time with it. I hope that helps you. If it did, please subscribe to the podcast and please share the podcast. I would appreciate it. Have a great day. If you're having trouble in your relationship, or maybe you're dealing with somebody who's a narcissist and you're really confused, you don't know what to do, you need some advice or some clarity, well, I offer email and also phone coaching. Please go to the podcast description for the link on how to get email or phone coaching, or maybe you just have a question that you need answered. All questions will be answered confidentially. So go to the podcast description where it tells you how Yaz can answer your questions. Hi, you guys, it's Yaz, and I want to tell you about my 2 books on Amazon. The first book is Regain Your Power. It's all about power and relationship. Who has the power in the relationship? And it goes into all of that, okay? The other book is Signs He's Not Into You, He's Wasting Your Time, okay? Check it out. It gives you a lot of good clues as to whether you're with somebody who's a real one or somebody who's just going to waste your time. You could read them both with Kindle's free trial membership. So check it out. Link is in the podcast description. Hi, you guys. I just want to make you aware that the Game Exposed podcast now has their merchandise available. You can check out the link in the podcast description. There's hoodies, there's sweatpants, there's t-shirts, there's cool hats. So go check it out. Link is in the podcast description. And follow Yaz on Instagram at dating_advice_Yaz.